It's the Isaiah Grass Show wherever you are.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome to IGMP TV. I'm your host, Isaiah Grass, introducing great media to people like you on the Isaiah Grass Show. Today's guest is a celebrity chef who has toured the world for over 40 years and has appeared on every cooking show imaginable. Please welcome Chef Roc. Chef Roc, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to see what you'll be cooking. What tasty, delicious recipe can our viewers expect to see you doing for us today?
So I found some stuff that I can use. I'm going to make a plant-based shrimp tostada. That's right, plant-based shrimp. There's a company I'm doing some work with, and it is called Jinka, and they do plant-based seafood. So I said, oh man, this will be great because I could combine my Mexican love of food and with a plant-based product, so it makes it a little different for you, a little more sustainable. And the taste flavor profiles are incredible. And I'm going to make the dish real fast, real quick, something you can make at home and your fans can make at home, and substitute anything you want. I don't like onions. Well, don't use onions. Try something else. Use my recipe like a guide. That's the way I've been my whole life. Just use it as a guide. I start out with a little bit of olive oil in the pan. To that, I'm going to go with some freshly chopped garlic. Isaiah, I like using garlic, but I want to make sure you want to cook it for about 30 seconds only, at the most 30 seconds, because you can see it's starting to turn a little bit brown. When it gets too dark, it gets bitter. I'm going to go with some red onions, place that right in. Make sure you kind of move those around a little bit. I want to saute them lightly. What I'm doing is basically making a salsa in the pan for this dish. So I go with some tomatoes. I got some beautiful vine-ripened tomatoes. What I do is get the tomatoes. Oh, can you hear that? I love that sound. To me, like you're a musician.
Sizzle.
You hear, da 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 da. Whatever music you're hearing, that is your little, your divvy there. For me, it's sizzling food. Whew. Got the tomatoes in there. It's gonna go a little quickly now. I got some freshly chopped cilantro. I always make sure that I wash it thoroughly, dry it, and then chop it so it doesn't all clump together. So I got some fresh cilantro, so you get those aromatic smell. Oh, can you smell that? Woo! My microphone's going to smell now. It smells good. So I got some, I like a little heat, so I got some hot pepper flakes that are going to go on here. Or give that, not too much, Some Himalayan salt, just put those right in there. And as I said, this is like a salsa in the pan. I got my plant-based Jinka shrimp. They're really pretty cool. Oops, that one fell over. But they look just like real shrimp, and they taste like shrimp.
You said that's plant-based shrimp, right?
It's all plant-based. So I'm going to put these in here. I cooked mine in an air fryer, which, I wish I had that when I was growing up. But it is fascinating how well it cooks, like you're deep frying. So you can save on all that oil. I don't even add it to the air fryer. I put those shrimp back in here, basically just to reheat. I don't know if you can see how pretty it looks, but it doesn't take too long. Maybe about 10, 15 seconds. I'm going to hit it with some fresh lemon juice right at the end. Turn it off, and then I'm going to go over to the other table, and I'm going to set up so we can plate this dish, and I can show you how easy it is. So if you can see this, I have a hard corn tortilla known for a tostada. So it's got a real firm base, and I start out with some shredded cabbage, just green cabbage, and some refried beans, and I put those on top. I'm going to bring my pan over. And next thing I want to do is start plating some of these shrimp. Oh yeah, that looks good. Some of these shrimp, and then I'm going to do it in layers. So I have all the shrimp and the tomato, but I want to grab some of that tomato. Just do one plate here right now. The tomato and onion and the cilantro and the garlic. Oh, I don't know about you, but this is the perfect dish when you got company coming over and you need to throw in something together and put that right on top. The last thing I want to do is do an avocado. You tell an avocado is nice and ripe. When you look up at the top, you can't. It's hard for you to see there, but it's still green inside. That's going to show that it's ripe enough. It's still firm, not overly ripe, because then you're in trouble. So I get my knife, and there's a big pit in the middle of this. So you put your knife in there, and you get all the way down to where it hits that pit, and then you roll the knife, and then what you do is you just twist. And there you go. And now what I'm going to do is remove the skin like this. Just be careful. You don't want to rip apart the fruit here. So now we have the perfect avocado. Did you see that? I want to show you. You can see how it kept its shape and size. So what I'm going to do is cut one in half here. Just want to show you how we garnish. And then put your knife through, but not all the way to the top. That way you can fan this out and have something nice and pretty on top. Ooh, yeah, look at that, nice. This is simple, this is easy. And I'll have to tell you, it's going to be one tasty dish. And there you go. Isaiah, I want you to go home and then make this dish and take a picture and send it to me, because you'll be the celebrity. Oh, you know what I forgot? I made like a, I don't know, it's like a mayo chili pepper sauce. I'm going to put that right on top. Oh, yeah, look at that. Fancy pants, huh, Mr. Fancy Pants? And, of course, a little extra cilantro. You can never have too much cilantro. And, oh, yeah, it's perfect every time, my friend.
Steve Casarino, better known as Chef Roc, is a culinary virtuoso, cookbook author, and television luminary with more than 4 decades of experience in the world of global gastronomy. A graduate of Johnson and Wales University College of Culinary Arts, he honed his craft through classical training at prestigious institutions in London and Paris. His culinary journey began as a private chef aboard luxury yachts docked in Monte Carlo, setting the stage for an illustrious career ahead. For more than 25 years, he rose to fame as one half of the Clever Cleaver Brothers, television's zaniest stand-up chefs. He pioneered syndicated TV cooking programming with his partner, captivating audiences across 50 countries in 5 languages. In 2010, he embarked on a new solo journey, reinventing himself and carving out his own path in the culinary world. He unveiled his alter ego, Chef Roc, a persona brimming with passion, innovation, and boundless creativity. Chef Roc took center stage with the Chef Roc TV show, a captivating series that he both hosted and produced in the scenic backdrop of Hawaii. Now in its 6th season, the show continues to captivate audiences across the globe, airing on major streaming platforms worldwide. Ranker, the data-driven media website, ranks Chef Roc in the top 30 most entertaining celebrity chefs. But Chef Roc's culinary prowess extends beyond the kitchen and onto the global stage of philanthropy. His humanitarian efforts took him to Poland, where he cooked with Chef Jose Andres' World Central Kitchen on the Ukraine border. In recognition of his work to help Ukrainian refugees, Chef Roc was awarded the prestigious George Washington Honor Medal for exemplifying civic responsibility and the best of American spirit. Today, Chef Roc continues his worldwide culinary odyssey, where every dish tells a story, and every meal is an adventure waiting to be savored.
Welcome back to IGMP TV. I'm your host, Isaiah Grass, introducing great media to people like you. We are talking to celebrity chef Chef Roc, known for his amazing career being a part of the Clever Cleaver Brothers. Chef Roc, you have had quite an impressive career. For our listeners who are just tuning in after your cooking segment, can you tell us how you got started? I know you studied cooking in Paris and London. You earned your culinary degree and joined the Clever Cleaver Brothers. Did you ever think you'd be where you are today, cooking for celebrities?
We were regulars on the Regis and Kathy Lee show for about 3 years. So it's a live TV show. And we know about live, don't we? So anything can happen.
Absolutely.
So they went long. They
Yes.
went long in the show. And we were regulars. So, they go, oh, you're going to get paid anyway. And I go, no, we want to be on the air. So what happened was they go to commercial break and Regis calls us out. And he goes, guys, we got a problem. We only got 3.5 minutes. You can't do your segment because it was usually about 5 or 6 minutes. No, we can do it. Yeah, but you got to do a whole Caesar salad. And I'm dressed like a Roman gladiator, for Caesar's, salad. And we said, we can do it. So we do the whole segment with Regis in 3.5 minutes. I mean, it's breakneck. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to add this. We're going to whip, boom, boom, boom. We're tossing this. We're doing, and we get it all done in 3.5 minutes. And all over the country, radio stations, news companies in Canada, they were having the Clever Cleaver Brother Caesar salad cook-off. And everyone was doing it.
Nice.
Everyone was seeing how fast they could do that salad in 3 minutes, trying to beat our record. So that was pretty cool. So Regis was a very great man. I mean, for us, it was our first national TV show ever. It was like 1986. It was their first year of being syndicated on ABC. So it was new for them. And they didn't even have a place to send mail requests for recipes or anything. They said, hey, guys, we're going to have to put your recipe up there and your address. We went, what? Really? Okay. And then they said, if you get a bunch of letters, let us know and, maybe we'll have you on again. We got back to San Diego, the P.O. box where we get our mail, because, back then it was a P.O. box. And so we go in there and they call us and they say, you got to come pick up your mail, man. So we go down there and there were 3 huge duffel bags full of letters. And we went through everyone and responded to everybody. It was over like 3,000 letters. So we told them, we got like 3,000 letters.
Amazing, man.
Book them. So we were on every month for 3 years on Regis. So we did everything with everyone. You name the actor, they were on there. And we were known for being zany, the zany chef. We were basically stand-up chefs cooking with comedy.
Speaking of the Clever Cleaver Brothers, let's talk about your cookbook, Cooking with the Cleavers, and those crazy outfits you used to wear on TV. Whose idea was it for you to go shirtless or wear any of those costumes on live television? Oh my gosh.
It's funny. Back then, there was a costume place called Buffalo's Breath in San Diego, and they had everything. It was like a playground for us. So every week we'd say, hey, we need this outfit, that outfit, and they would go get it or make it or do whatever they had to do. So we wore hundreds of costumes. So the fun part was it was Halloween for us all the time. So when we would go on some of these national shows, they didn't really know what to expect because they're expecting, like Graham Kerr or Julia Childs, and all these, famous chefs. There was no word celebrity chefs. We were like road warriors. I'd do 125 live TV shows a year, and we did that for 25 years straight. So our first cookbook, You're right, Cooking with the Cleavers, we wanted to make it different. So if anyone can get, and I think there's still a bunch of them floating around on eBay. If you get it, hopefully it wasn't ripped out of the middle. Like Playboy, we did a fold-out centerfold of the Clever Cleaver Brothers. I'll have to send you a picture of it. I'm wearing nothing but 50 staples, too close to home, on a pair of underwear, parsley, a carrot garlic belt, and that's all I had on.
That's hilarious.
I was pretty good shape back then, and I was tanned up. My partner, he had a wetsuit on, half off. We were 2 studs. I was 25 years old, and we're pumping. I have dumbbells, but instead of weights on them, I got chickens.
That's hilarious.
Chickens. It was hilarious. We got more play on that. Regis couldn't wait to hold it up. You got to see this. The boys with no clothes on, blah, blah, blah. We used to do a routine called Chefendales.
Oh, nice.
Hilarious. Where we'd come out dressed in like an outfit like this, and then we weren't good, but we were rappers. I'm not even going to sing it. But we had all these songs. So every time we'd open up a show, it would be, hi, I'm Lee and I'm Steve. Together, we're the Clever Cleaver Brothers, and it was whatever the theme was. And we were fortunate that we kind of fell into quite a few opportunities, I should say, like 3 more cookbooks, some videos. We did a DVD on tailgating. We got involved with the NFL, and we used to do tailgate segments with the players for their pregame shows. We did that for many years. Then we did it all on our own for 10 years. And nobody was doing stuff like that. So it's good and it's hard, like with you, with your career. When I heard you sing, I said, what a bunch of idiots there on American Idol. You know what I mean? What a fool. But then again, we've spoken about this on how it actually really works. But, you have a talent. You have a talent I wish I had.
Thank you. I really appreciate
You
that.
do. And you should embrace it any way you can.
Thank you. Welcome back to IGMP TV. I'm your host, Isaiah Grass, introducing great media to people like you on the Isaiah Grass Show. Chef Roc, we talk about the Clever Cleaver Brothers, but now I want to shine a light on what you've done. Tell me about your experience cooking on a yacht and hosting a cooking show in Hawaii. I mean, that sounds like a dream come true vacation. How did that come about?
Being a chef on TV was a big departure than working in a restaurant or, even on a yacht. I've been fortunate getting that yacht job and working and cooking for celebrities, so to speak. Dignitaries, for that matter. I learned a lot because I was working with all types of people from different countries and different languages and different attitudes towards Americans. I'll leave it at that. I had a incredible fun time. I mean, come on, I was 25 years old. I was 22,
Wow.
23 years old.
Living
and here
the
I
life.
am living the life, baby. I'm telling you, a 90-foot power yacht, pulling into Athens, Greece, traveling through the islands, going through the Balearic Islands over in Mallorca, Ibiza, the party city of the world, all through Spain, all through France, all through Italy. I mean, I'll tell you, it was the time of my life. As I mentioned, at one point that I got to get off the yacht first. Here I am, the first guy off the yacht. As soon as we pull into port, it would be crazy because the boats are all pulling in and they got to direct you. And a guy comes out in a little rubber raft or a dinghy, and basically he's the port captain. And he's going to tell you where to back in, drop your anchor, back in. They guide you and all that fun stuff. And then he's got his hand out. He wants like a $500 tip, or some guys we knew, he likes his scotch. So we'd bring him that, because we knew we were going to be there. So it was an interesting place. But I would always ask, where's the discotheque? Where are we going to go party? So the guy would tell me the name of the place to go hang out. But then the next morning I had to go shopping. So I would go to all these different locations and everything was open air. I mean, they open up at like 6 a.m. and then at 12:30, everything's done. If you didn't buy food by then, you're not buying any food. So I got a chance to go shop in all these incredible marketplaces around the Mediterranean and learning a lot about people. Like in Italy, the old ladies would steal the tomatoes out of my basket. I would go pick the tomatoes. I had a basket of goodies, and I'd see their old ladies putting their hand in there, grabbing them out. I swear to God, it was funny, and like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, they'd argue with me, it was fun, but it was an enjoyable time, and when I got back to San Diego after the yacht, I ended up, for the most part, getting ready and taking off again, like I couldn't sit still. So I actually went to Australia and lived in Australia for a year as a chef in a hotel over there in Brisbane, as they say, mate. And it was great being down under. I got to learn how to play Aussie rules the hard way. It beat the heck out of me. And then when I came back, that's when we started the Clever Cleaver Brothers. And when I retired from there, I became Chef Roc. And with the Chef Roc persona, I wanted to stay in TV. So I ended up going over to Hawaii to help a buddy whose ex-wife was having a problem with their restaurant. So I ended up sort of working in this restaurant, something I didn't want to do because it's, I'm not a young chicken anymore. It was, 18-hour days, 7 days a week. It was tough. So I went to the local TV station and pleaded my case. I want to do a show. And the general manager knew me from the Clever Cleaver Brothers, said, "Oh man, I've been trying to get you guys on my show for 20 years. Now I got you." So we produced this show where we had basically a live atmospheric show. It was like 50 people in the audience. I had a live band. I had live, well, of course they were live chefs. The dead ones are boring as heck. I'm a stand-up chef. Cooking with comedy. So it's the funny part is that I did it for 6 years.
Chef Roc, it was such a pleasure having you on the Isaiah Grass Show, talking to you about your culinary career and watching you cook for us those plant-based shrimp tostadas. I am still thinking about those, and I can't wait to try them myself.
And I thank you, Isaiah Grass, for having me on your show.
Well,
You're
thank
going to
you
be very
so much.
successful.
Thank you so much for your kind words. I was very grateful to have this opportunity to do an interview with you, knowing about your very extensive career as a chef, working with the Clever Cleaver Brothers, cooking for Regis Philbin, and everything you've been able to do by traveling the world. So thank you. If you want to know more about Chef Roc, make sure to go follow him on his social media or his website. And you can stream his cooking videos now on IGMP TV networks, Roku, Apple, and Amazon Fire TV platforms. If you'd like to be a guest on the Isaiah Grass Show, please visit IGMPTV.com or IsaiahGrass.com to collaborate with us. You can also email us at media@igmptv.com, give us a call at 916-520-4020, or follow us on social media at IGMP TV Network and Isaiah G Music. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Isaiah Grass, on IGMP TV, introducing great media to people like you, and you're listening to the Isaiah Grass Show wherever you are. Talk to you later. Bye.